Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
Welcome to another episode of the Safety Consultant Podcast. This is a show where I do the business of being a safety consultant, teach you about OSHA compliance. We also talk about other things related to environmental health and safety. Sometimes we even touch the topic of self-care. And we got a bunch of really cool guests along the way. So just want to thank everyone for being part of this episode by listening. And just want to encourage you guys, if you haven't subscribed to this episode, or excuse me, to this podcast, please do. I very, very would love for you to be a member. And I don't think I should be using member. Not a member. Just subscribe. Hit that button that says that you want to hear updates, and that's very important for me because I mostly broadcast every week, but sometimes I'm out in the field and I got terrible background noise or something similar. Today may be one of those days. You're going to hear from time to time big trucks go by. I'm in Coleman, South Dakota. So that's where I am currently at the park, RV park that they have in the city. It's a pretty cool place. I like it. And I tried to record last week, and it was just so much background noise because there's a waterfall right next to me. And some people had said we couldn't hear it, so I just had the live, but I didn't post the actual podcast because it would just be terrible listening, especially for those of you that were listening and not watching me on YouTube. So what I am doing is I'm going to do the broadcast here. If there's a whole bunch of noise, like that right there, right on cue. So if there's a bunch of noise, then obviously I can do my best to go ahead and chime myself down. And then, of course, you guys will not hear the background. Those of you that are watching me, you'll probably see me get distracted from time to time doing one of these things, looking over my shoulder. I literally just had a woman, when I did my first recording, a little lady walking down the street, and she just stopped right here in front of my desk, and she just needed to rest a little because it was hot. And so we talked a little. She just really just sat and talked. So, all right. That's what it's like on the road, and that's actually goes right into this episode. So as you can tell, when I do my recordings, I'm not in the sound stage. You see in the background, that's the RV. I'm a full-time RVer. My wife and I started in 2017 when we sold our house. When my son graduated from high school, I've got two children. My daughter is already graduated at that time. I guess I shouldn't tell her age, but they're adults. So they're pretty. They're living their life. We actually have her with us now. She came to see her brother graduate, so she came to the States. She lives overseas typically, and Vietnam was where she was living. So she came back to see her brother graduate. So she's here. Hanging out with mom and dad. My son now is officially a doctor of physical therapy. So he's going to start his career coming up soon. So we are now, empty nesters. So that's got us thinking when my son graduated, what we're going to do as empty nesters. And we talked about going on the road. That's the big thing that we all do when we're, and I'm sure there's a version of this for every country. But in the U.S. especially, kids graduate, become empty nesters, you go travel yourself. Traveling could look different. Depends on how you like to travel. So some people travel on the road, go up through RVing like I do. Some people do flights. And actually, we do a little mix of both flights and travel. So we got our suitcases in the RV. And as I'm looking up here, it looks like they're setting up some sort of roadblock situation right in front of me. So I hope that I could do this episode unmolested and without too much noise. So here's my plan for this episode. Some of you have wanted to know how I do what I do and how I travel and full-time RVing as well as full-time traveler, I should say, as well as full-time consultant. It's difficult and you have to arrange your life as such. So this episode is just kind of helping you understand how to do that. So first and foremost, think about how can you downsize things you don't want, don't need. So that's the first thing we're working on. And honestly, it took us a little while to do the downsizing part. It took us a while to like decide to do it, and then after we did, then it became easier. But think about what you need. We still have a storage unit, so you know you're gonna have to put in a budget for storage. So we still have a storage unit, but honestly, downsizing is step one. Then step two is trying to figure out the finances and what you need to do. Oh man, there's a literal house driving by me on the road. Someone is moving a house. It's pretty wild. So that's the background noise. I'm going to mute myself real quick. Sorry about you guys listening to the podcast. I should have like hold music. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go ahead and like select some sound for hold music. So whenever that stuff happens, I'm going to go ahead and put us on some hold music. All right. Oh, good elevator music. I'm going to download that one. But anyway, when we decided to downsize again, sold a house, kids were out of high school. So we got the RV. Our first RV was one of those drivable ones with the motor. Broke that, broke into traveling through that. We fixed it up ourselves, so it was kind of cool. Then later on, we got the travel trailer as I got here. And some of you have heard the commercial or say a commercial regarding our coaching. And I gave an example of what happened with me. I can't guarantee results, but what happened with me was I had one contract that pretty much bought our house that we're living in. And that contract was just very good for us in that time. We went ahead, bought the travel trailer, we got a truck, and we're ready to go. So another thing I had to think about is clients. And the main thing I did at first was we drove to clients. So I knew exactly my training schedule, and I worked around my training schedule. Those of you that are new to the program may not know that I'm a trainer for Alliance Safety Council as one of the people I train for. And the program I train is it's a Certificate of Occupational Safety Managers and Certified Occupational Safety Specialist. So COSM, COSM, and COS, COSS. So those are the two programs that I really train with the Alliance, and I would travel to the sites to do training. Now I'm doing online stuff, but we knew ahead of time what our schedule would be. So tip number one, if you're going to do this, try to figure out where regular money's coming from. For us consultants, usually that's training. We try to do, and I don't recall of a consultant that doesn't have a training component of what they do, and meaning train for a company, or they have a very robust self-training schedule. So you would host your own classes, and that's something else I'll mention later on. But anyway, that's how we broke it up. So we knew we were going to be, San Diego during this time. We're going to be in Colorado during this time, and we'll travel and drive in between and fill up different things during that time period. So get an association and a job, if you would, as a virtual trainer or a trainer for an association or something similar, that's going to help you. The next thing that I ended up doing is starting to take jobs where I could do a lot of work online. So that would be reviewing a written program. So someone could email that to me. I could start reviewing it right away. Generally speaking, my contracts are 50-50 contracts. So once we make a contract, being the client, then the 50-50 means I get paid half of the contract at time of execution, and usually the work will start right then. And the best thing to start is a review of all written programs, because you can get that stuff emailed to you and you can start on the road. So if it's an actual mock audit, I still have to look at that stuff anyway. So while we're driving and making our plans to get to the facility to actually do the walkthrough, I look over the written programs and start doing an audit of that first, and that justifies the payment in half, 50-50. And then after I do the audit, then I'll bill for the rest of the contract price when I submit my report. So that's the other half. So that's a way for you to get money while you're on the road. So you seek out new clients and you try to do 50-50 contracts with whatever the service is. My buttons are hard to push today. So that's there you go. That's how I got started with being on the road, how I kind of managed work. So this brings me to some of my resources. I stopped right there because of the background noise. And again, those of you that are listening to me, here we go. Here's my my background noise music. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this little ditty. And if you end up hearing this little ditty, this little sound, this is our background music sound, just in case I need to mute myself. So I am clicking away, and let's see. All right, ready? Background music sound. My buttons are working. All right, so that's our background music sound. Those of you that have been around for a long time, you probably know that that's the sound I used to have behind my show when we do interviews. So there you go. That's going to be our background music sound, especially whenever it gets too loud. So resources, go to sheldonprimus.com/resources with an S. And some things are going to be affiliate links, and affiliate link just very simply means that I get credit for referring you guys to somebody. So when I get credit for a referral, then that credit is going to be just something that is not going to affect how much your price is. It's going to be real okay for you. Just someone is going to see the referral and know that I sent you to them. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen too for those of you that are watching the YouTube, so you can see what it looks like. And again, sheldonprimus.com/resources with an S. All right, I'm back. So /resources. And here is, I still hear it. I'm going to share my screen. And for those of you that are on YouTube, you'll see this. And to get to the YouTube channel, you go to youtube.com and just type in @safety-consultant. So here's some of the things that I have right here that I use to help me keep on the road. Some things I have to do just to make sure that I'm available to help everybody. So again, some of these are affiliate links, so that just means I get credit by the company for giving them a referral. So OneStream Live is what you're actually looking at me right now. So if I wanted to do an actual broadcast, I use OneStream Live so that you guys could see me, and I could make a studio set up and you can share my screen. You see the ticker marker on the bottom. That's me using this program right here. I have a virtual assistant, my daughter's one and Brooke is the other. Together, that's your Creative Canopy Solutions. So if you want to get to Brooke's website, go ahead and click right here. Yellowbird is someone that I've used, and for those of you that are just starting out, I had them on the show twice. So Yellowbird is one of those corporations that they are a matchmaker for consultants. So you put in your local information, and I think they're just US. I'm not too sure if they're other than US right now, but you put in your local information at goyellowbird.com, and just follow this link right here, and it'll take you right to it. And once you sign up as a consultant, what'll happen is they'll match you with the actual people that are looking for work in your area. So that's a real good way for you to get hooked up for whenever you're back at home base and you've got some people that need some work. Then Yellowbird's going to shoot you a text. Next one is Frontline Data Solution. That's a data company that I would recommend to clients. So that not everyone is going to be ready for doing their EH&S through data, but I send them there, and that's Frontline Data Solutions. All right, I think they just left. So when I do my events, I do online events, not in person. Sometimes I will, but it's been a while since I've done an in-person event, unless it's a 10 or 30-hour training. I use ViewStub, and that's this one link right here. So when you're online and you're performing on the road or anything, and you want to do something online, you could use a service like this, not only to get tickets, where you could pre-sell tickets, but then also you could do the actual delivery of your event through the ViewStub service. And if you want to use Zoom or something else, you could link into that with ViewStub. I also offer a learning management system for my clients, and it could be very helpful for you to do this as well. So again, these are resources I use to help me stay on the road. I'm giving you guys a little bit of my road journey. Sometimes with my clients, I'll do a mock OSHA audit, and I know they're going to have to keep up with required training, and I now could set up a learning management system that will help with that training. And the cost that you would do is a setup fee, and then after your setup fee for making it a personalized learning management system, then a maintenance fee. You could do this monthly, you could do this annually. I do mine annually, but that maintenance fee is also a way for you to keep money coming in while you're on the road to help you stay on the road. So that's Fresh LMS, Fresh Learn. I do use AI writing. I got to work on some of this stuff, but I've been working with a few other AI companies just to figure out which one I like best. So right now, here's things to help you with blog posts for your website, for other things. All right, trucks are passing by. I guess I could have waited a little longer for that one. And then I do QR codes. A lot of you may have noticed in some of my posts, especially my LinkedIn post and my Instagram post, I have QR codes. Here's a QR code generator that helps you to create memorable looking QR codes, and very cool. And then you now could track people that actually do your code, and you're able to kind of retarget them with your marketing message later on. So I like this code generator, QR code. Yeah, and everybody's been using QR codes. So again, it tracks people when they scan it. So you could tell how many people have access to code. You could actually, if you wanted to, use what's called a Facebook pixel. And you could do a Facebook ad, and people that had already been on your site through your code, could get them just in case they forget about you. Keep yourself top of mind. So that's a QR code generator. And then I've been using this mini course generator. And again, that works a little bit like the learning management system here, but with my one-off courses, I prefer to use this. So for those of you that are going to take the Safety Consultant Blueprint, that course, you go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com. That was made from Mini Course Generator. And if you're looking at my actual artwork for this podcast, you're going to see a clipboard with a QR code. That clipboard has a QR code for a Mini Course Generator. That's a proposal. It's free. So go ahead and scan that from my my podcast art code, and you'll be able to take the proposal mini course and see what this mini course generator looks like for free. And honestly, I love it. I've been using it a lot. I've been doing a little bit of everything. Fresh Learn again, Fresh LMS, I believe is their new name. I use that for the learning management system, but one-off courses, I do the mini course generator. And then lastly, this is another thing that helps, and this is affiliate link. So this is Learningware. You guys are going to see that are watching this on YouTube. You're going to see Game Show Pro pop up on your screen. And what this is game show style learning and assessments. So there's many different types of game shows you could do. Helps you for in-person or online training. I just did this with my online classes. You got a layout where you could do different categories as if you're in Jeopardy, or you could do things like Wheel of Fortune. Well, not Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. There's three other creatives. You could do All In, Play, all kinds of stuff. You can have actual button you could hit, or people could use it on their phones. Slides with information, and then on the back end, you're going to have the opportunity to see engagement. So now, as you track engagement, that's going to really help you, where you could prove that the students that you have in your classes are learning things. So again, that engagement, what that does for your career and for helping you out is that's going to. Oh, sorry, I needed to stop my share. I don't even know if I was sharing that time. I think I was. I don't think I was at all. Here, I'm going to share real quick so you guys can see everything. But again, back with that engagement, with this one, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to be an instructor that the students will have fun, and that helps you with your contract so you can get back. So for those of you where I thought I was sharing, we're on sheldonprimus.com/resources. There you go, one stream, virtual assistants. We're just going left to right, working our way down. So everything I previously mentioned, you can find it left to right. Please use my link if it's something you want to try, so I can get some credit for this. And so that people that I am sharing with, that they'll know that they're getting some worth from our partnership. So that really would help. So again, these are some of the resources that I use to stay on the road. One stream is what you're seeing on me right now. So honestly, I got to get better with getting that sharing part done. All right, so I think I have given you enough to really help you kind of understand how I stay on the road, the why I actually got on the road. The only thing I'm going to share right now is some of the equipment that I have. So again, OneStream Live is a streaming platform. I use my camcorder. I have a, not camcorder, excuse me. I have a web right here is the external webcam that I've been using. eMeet, E-M-E-E-T. This is a HD camera. I'm currently not using it right now because of, I prefer this setup here with my actual laptop. So you need a good laptop. I also use the Rodecaster Duo. So here is the Rodecaster Duo. I'm gonna see if I could do something right here. I'm gonna try something, and I'm gonna change my camera to the phone. So you can hear me, but you can't see me right now. So take a look. I'm going to now change my view to the virtual camera. Hey, it's working. This is the first time I tried it. All right, so this is what I'm using, Rodecaster Duo. And the Rodecaster also have these little mics. So this is the Wireless Pro. I got three. The one closest over here. This one on this side is actually a receiver. So if I don't use this, I actually use the receiver here. And that receiver is where I don't need anything. I just records basically on the mics themselves. So here is the mic that I'm currently using, and it's set up on the lapel system. The Rodecaster has little connections. So here's the little thing you see in my shirt. It goes over the mic to keep down some background noise. So imagine what it would be like if I didn't have it. Here's my setup, my laptop. Got my coffee, got the truck, got the RV. And here's the background. So for those of you that are kind of seeing the background, that's why I definitely have to switch things up. All right, so let me switch back to my other view. Thank you guys for letting me try this out. That's the first time I've actually used this one. So, ta-da, you guys helped me figure out I could do it. The last thing, oh, hold on, let's go right back to that view. Here's the last thing that I need. Last two things, I guess. So virtual camera one more time. Down here, that's my power station. So I'm plugged in outside right here with this power station. I got two of these things, and it's got EquiFlow, and EquiFlow is the brand. I could do a lot with this, and I even have a solar panel. It's so hard trying to get this. So one plug's the computer, one plug is the actual cord, the power station for this right here. So I use the power station, and then I also have Starlink, and I do use Starlink for my primary internet source. And then my backup internet source is a hotspot, an AT&T hotspot. I used to carry two, AT&T and Verizon, especially if you're in like the New Mexico area. Verizon worked a lot better than AT&T. So in order for you to teach classes, you're going to need a real strong signal. So you should use some sort of internet service that is going to give you a strong enough signal to support webcam and to support your I used a Rodecaster, whatever your audio would be. So upload speed is important. Download speed depends on how many students you have, especially if you're required to see them. You're going to need to have at least 15 gigs download, so you can see everybody in a 30, let's say 15 to 20 actual, in Zoom, you got the little boxes, and each video feed is its own little box. You're going to need at least 15 gigabytes of download, hopefully more. And then upload, you're going to need roughly around 4. And so you want to make sure 4 or higher to make sure that your video feed isn't going to buffer or anything like that. So again, you're going to need a service for that. So those are things that I've used, and just want to at least complete the package of this is what my life looks like on the road. Okay. So I know I gave you guys a bunch to think about. I showed you the resource page. So go to sheldonprimus.com/resources. And if this is something that you want to do, and a benefit to this is it also reduces my overhead. So whenever I make money for consulting, I don't have the big overhead for, having the car payment, my truck's paid for, the RV's paid for. We don't have a mortgage. So there's a lot of overhead that is missed that I reclaim that money personally for any contracts. So it is a really good thing. And some of you guys, I remember, if you remember, you've been around long enough, like last year, or was it 2 years? 2 years, I think. I was actually in Mexico 2 years ago. I did 5 months in Mexico, brought my system with me, and as long as I went to Airbnbs that actually had good Wi-Fi, that was the first requirement for any Airbnb, was good solid Wi-Fi, so I could continue this work. I was 5 months in Mexico, and then reduced my cost of living even more. So again, not everyone's going to have the opportunity to do this, especially if your kids are in school. But if you're wanting to travel while you consult, this is what I'm doing, and hopefully they'll help you. I forgot to turn off my phone. So with that, I think I should probably go. So thank you guys for listening to the Safety Consultant podcast. And hopefully this breakdown of what I do will help you. And you could do this, man. Go get them. Oh, I missed up my go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go.